Hello everybody and welcome back to the Keanu Esports stream. My name is Shadi Zeddy Hanna and we are jumping right into things here with our NACE Starleague match of the day. Keanu Huskies take on Eastern Michigan University. We are back with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We're going to get started here. Our first map, the Hardpoint on Hotel. We will take a moment here just to introduce ourselves to the Huskies. Exelios, Great Witness, Shoku, and Brody will be playing tonight. For those of you that are familiar with the Huskies, you should recognize most of these names. Shoku, however, brand new rookie on the roster from Edmonton, Alberta, will be playing for the Huskies today. In the AR role, as Great Witness, I believe, will be picking up the SMG for today. The Huskies have been running some pretty variable comps here at the beginning of the year. We're trying out some different rosters, trying out some different roles, trying to see where everybody fits together and where we have the most chem. So if you watch our games for any period of time, you're gonna see a couple different variations of the team, but it's still gonna be the same lovable, friendly neighborhood Huskies facing off in Call of Duty. And so far, a decent start for the Huskies. If they have been able to gain control of the hardpoint, EMU was able to touch towards the beginning and start building up a little bit of a score, but the Huskies full control over the next spawn as well. And that's going to be some good defense from Brody, as he's got a great read on the situation. Exelios will pick that up, and I like this position from Exelios playing this outer line here. He's going to do a very good job of controlling some space. Now, before I get too far into the nitty-gritty of the game, for those of you that are new to competitive Call of Duty, let's quickly go over the rules. There are a bunch of different game modes and a bunch of different map types. The match is a best of 5, so that means that each team will play until they have successfully won 3 consecutive map types. Now, each map type has different rules. This first one is Hardpoint. As you look at the minimap towards the bottom left of the screen, you will see a circle with a few, I believe those are called echelons inside of it. That is the Hardpoint. The Hardpoint will move from place to place over the course of the game and jump to different spots along the map. As you stand on the Hardpoint, you collect points for your team, and the first team to 250 points wins. So the teams are not just fighting just to take each other down, but specifically to control space and gain points from that space. As you can see here, Eastern Michigan University firmly planted on the hardpoint here, and Keanu will attempt to change that green circle to a blue by eliminating their opponents one by one. And here they go for that first pick. Shoku and Great Witness find 2, and Great Witness finds the second one as well. This is a great performance from him. We don't typically see him on the SMG, but he is absolutely cooking right now, and that is going to be the Huskies reclaiming control of Kitchen. Yes, Great Witness is in fact cooking in the kitchen. You heard me correctly. Gates will jump onto point and find one, but gets immediately traded up by Great Witness, who's solo holding the site right now. As Shoku just planted firmly off on this offside here, looking to control some space. And EMU looks like they've decided, we don't really want to fight this, we're going to wait for the next one. But the Huskies know. They can sense it, they can smell it. And they're going to look for that opportunity. That's the nade. He sees the nade get checked out by Gates. Gates is going to get naded off the angle. Exelios will find the headshot to take him down. And although EMU was positioned on the site first, the Huskies will be able to take this as Exelios finds yet another kill onto Sim. A good read with the nade, but I think he banked that off the wall. Not in the way that he wanted to, but Exelios, he's just winning out on these fights. A well-positioned nade from Benito will push Exelios off the point. And Gates so far right now, the top fragger for EMU, he's doing a good job of finding his kills, but the rest of his team just isn't able to follow up and capitalize on the space that he's creating, and that means the Huskies will gain firm control of the points as Brody forgets which team Shoku is on, and bids him farewell with that nade. Whoops. That will give EMU a few more points here to round out the hill. But the Huskies are positioned firmly on this next point spawn. Keanu now 150 points to 64. This is a great lead from them as Brody finds two. He's able to duck himself out of there, reposition, get the reload off. And I think he's going to want to go hunting for more in just a minute. You can tell. Great witness. Unloading his clip into Gates. Brody will find Benito on the backside as well. Pushes out Sim, finds Sim. And Brody just running around. He's already got that 5 streak available. Does have the missile available for himself. You can tell he's taking a little bit more of a defensive position now here. Now that he has that resource available. Good shots from Shoku. Catches out Benito. But again, they kind of left Shoku to die. And I think it makes sense. Like, in this position, his role really is to just hold out that spot. Try to find those kills. Do what he can to hold the score. And you can see already the Huskies moved over to that next hard point. They're anticipating these spawns and playing off of these spawns. And a rough gunfight as Greats does get the better of Great Witness, and that will be EMU getting control of the hard point here. Exelios will find one. Just peeking for some info. Finds out Benito. He's going to shoot him down as well. Exelios. Great little peek from him. That's going to be a ton of space. And Exelios single-handedly dismantles Eastern Michigan University. That's going to be the take for Keanu Huskies. Nice little movement from Great Witness. A great forward position from him to just start bleeding out the defenses of EMU. 212 points for the Huskies. EMU is going to have to start making some very quick and important decisions here if they want to regain control of this match. Brody just absolutely decimating this fight in lobby. 230 points now for the Huskies. 50 seconds remaining. EMU have to take control. Brody absolutely being a hero right now. He's making this SMG look like a long-range effective gun. Benito is taking the journey around the center of the earth right now, trying to find that optimal position, but you only have 5 seconds left to touch the point. This is neither the time nor the place to make these kind of decisions. You have 3 points remaining. 4 points, I should say, for the Huskies. Brody will find Anxious. He's going to touch the point as well. Force them to drop, and they're not going to be able to do it. Keanu will take the first point in style, the first map in style, 250 to 87 points. And a great opening showing here from the Huskies. Here we will jump over to Great Witness and see. I believe this was his 2K. Oh, it's just the final kill. I thought we were getting a play of the game type thing, but that's all right. Great game from Exelios. 23 kills, kill leader of the map. You know, playing that AR role typically is not the kill-hungry role that you're looking for. Usually you're going to put that on your entry fragger, your entry SMG. They're going to be the ones running around and getting frags and finding those first bloods. But, I mean, Exelios just played a phenomenal game there on that hard point and really locked it down for the Huskies. Great showing from him, and that is going to be Keanu taking the first map. Now going into round number 2, we will be moving on to the Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy will be taking place on a silo. We'll be back with just a few moments once the players get set up in the lobby. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more college Call of Duty in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Keanu Esports stream. We're getting ready for Search and Destroy on Asilo. This will be the Huskies facing off against Eastern Michigan University again on the SND. This is one of their best game modes, and they're looking pretty strong coming off that hard point with a 250 to 87 point victory, excuse me, as we get ready for this match here. The Huskies making way towards that A side. This is probably one of my favorite maps to watch SND on, just because of how aggressive this A fight is. You know, the way the map is designed, it's really like teams want to play for this A side. They want to push this A side. Oh, did you hear that audio? And Exelios does hear that giant clonking footsteps. The big work boots made a little bit too much noise, and everybody dropped like flies in just a matter of seconds there. If it was a little too fast and you missed it, I don't blame you, because I'm here sitting and watching, and looked a little fast for me too. It's going to be 3 kills very quickly for the Huskies, as they really timed that execute perfectly, and everyone just kind of exploded out to sight all at once. Great start to the Search and Destroy. Now, a quick little rules recap for those of you brand new to Search and Destroy. This is your commonplace tactical FPS type game mode. There is a team that is attempting to plant and a team that is attempting to defend. There are no respawns. This is the only non-respawn mode in the competitive CDL format. And that means that once you die, you are gone, you are out. The players have to be a lot more methodical. This is not the running and gunning Call of Duty that you might be used to, that you might be playing with your friends in your dorm room late at night. This is a very different game, and one that the Huskies have, in many ways, demonstrated their expertise over the course of their season. Each team switches sides, and the Huskies now showing their prowess on the defense. After a perfectly executed offense, they will rotate over to the defensive as well. They have a feeling they know where Gates is, and he is going to be able to find the best of Exelios, but the Huskies, they have a feeling something's a little fishy. They know where Gates has to go, because they did drop the bomb out in mid. Both players now planted. I like this positioning from Great Witness. Look at him tucking behind here. He's going to try to get in, and Gates, I mean, Gates has been playing a pretty decent game for EMU, but you can't be the hero every round, every game, unfortunately. Some good shots from Great Witness to close it out. 3 kills for him on that round. That's going to be a solid defensive effort. Now the Huskies back on offense, and we'll see if they decide to go for this A push again. Now, from what I've seen of this map, I mean, you really don't go B until you feel like you're forced to go there, but you never know. It's okay to get fun and get creative with it. Little pre-fire from Brody. And Brody will be on the AR on this map here. Actually, it looks like 3 ARs for the Huskies, as I believe Great Witness is the only person currently holding the SMG. Gonna crack open that door. Make some space for Brody, and that's a beautiful 2-man play from the Huskies. They are gonna shut down the door and try to get this planted, but that's going to be anxious, finding a good pick on the side. And EMU, the first time this map, have a numbers advantage. 2-1, Huskies. Oh, and a dead silence. Timing was just so unfortunate, as I believe it was Exelios running through that door, pops the dead silence, and forgot to bring his gun back out. And a well-executed round by EMU puts them on the board. 2-1 in favor of the Huskies. Here we go. Excuse me. Keanu. Back on the defensive side. We're going to see EMU approach a similar offense as well. As nades come out from Brody as he's trying to make some space. And Exelios will find the opening frag onto Sim. Look at this positioning here from Exelios. As he found that nade, he's going to be tracking these outer rotations, trying to see if EMU goes for anything too cheeky. So far playing pretty standard. Great Witness does get caught out. He's going to get stun-naded. Tries to duck and roll under Gates, but to no avail. But the Huskies gathered a ton of very valuable info off of that play. They know exactly where EMU is. And that's going to be Gates peeking into Great Witness, and Great Witness will get the better of him. The Huskies corner their opponents and eliminate them with ease, 3-1. Brody, actually, my apologies, switched over to the SMG. He's been changing loadouts round to round. It's very likely a offense-defensive type situation. I haven't actually been able to track whether he's preferring one on offense versus defense. But just shows the adaptability of these players, knowing whether they need to take the close-range fights or if they prefer to lock down from range. You may see a sniper come out as well at some point during this map. It's one of the only map variants where you really do see the snipers. Great Witness finds one. And the Huskies on this full outer rotation. I mean, they could just go all the way if they wanted to, go all the way to B site, and I think they are going to end A. But they just have so many options right now. Brody gets beaten down by Bandito. Great Witness making a bit of noise. Oh, I think he saw his back there. You can tell he's looking. There's going to be the plant coming down from Great Witness. And look at this positioning from Exelios. He has so much map presence right now. And one thing to remember, as I know we do have some parents in chat today and every other day. Something that occurred to me that I thought was absolutely hilarious. My boss was watching their games and he was like, why don't they just shoot them when they see the green outlines? Like, it's so easy. That, unfortunately, is a privilege that only I have as the codcaster. You have to remember that the players are relying solely on their intuition and their game sense. They're hearing audio. They're looking for very fine visual cues. Like Bandito just barely seeing Great Witness's feet underneath that truck. But he will react in time and get out of dodge stat. And find the frag of his own as Great Witness goes for the beautifully timed repeak. Now, I believe regardless, even if they had found that kill, there just wasn't enough time for the defuse, but pad the stats a little bit. Why not? Huskies again back on defense. And this is going to be a B-side push coming from EMU. Brody getting quick with the nades. He's going to try to spam out Anxious and Sim. He caught both of them and gets a little bit of chip damage. He's going to get pushed out by Gates. And he's actually going to be able to find the wallbang kill as well, as Great Witness now going to nade through the door. And oh my goodness gracious, this is why you don't push B-side, I guess. Eastern Michigan University just shut down at the gates, denied at the border. They can't go anywhere right now. And the Huskies looking like they're going to get a little greedy for some kills, but Exelios will find the refrag. And that is going to be Keanu taking a 5-1 lead now on the SND. Exelios is really playing a very strong game today. We always see great games from all of the Huskies, but it's nice to be able to point out when, you know, certain players are popping off. You know, taking a look at this overall KD, I mean, everybody on the Huskies is frying right now, but seeing Exelios on that traditional AR role, being able to keep up with Brody and Great Witness today on the SMGs is just really satisfying to see. Kano back on the offense and potentially the last round of the match. And they're going to go for a little bit more of a roundabout play here as look at Brody has taken all of this space. He's actually going to climb stairs and try to pick off Anxious. He's going to find Sim and push Gates as well. Gates has no idea. Brody is just running around the earth right now. He is a man on a mission. And the determination to win it all. He's managed to pick up the bomb himself as well. Exelios will find Anxious, and that means it's a 2v1 for the Huskies. I don't know if Brody saw Benito there. He did appear on his screen. It was visible to him, but it was only for a fleeting moment. Might not have been enough time to process that. We'll hop over to Benito's POV and see how he intends to respond to the situation. As he's going to wrap all the way around, try to pick Exelios off on the way. He knows there has to be a guy guarding, but 30 seconds left in a 1v2 is kind of tough for him. Make his way to the point, and I think he's going to walk right into Exelios' crossfire. In just a second, Exelios will take him down with the headshot, and Keanu will walk away victorious after map number 2, 6-1 in favor of the Huskies. Xelios just controlling space, just knows exactly where he needs to be and when to make these rounds work. He picked up another 2 kills for his name as well on that round. Top fragging the lobby yet again. Beautiful game from him. Apologize for that. I almost baited you. I almost sent you to the dark rooms a little too early. I did have a few more thoughts to share on that game before we jump into the next one. I really liked what we saw from Brody on that last round and that full wraparound, really taking matters into his own hands and picking off the defense. You know, one thing we've always noted about Brody is his exceptional knowledge of timings and knowing when he can get to certain places before his opponents will expect him to be there. You know, speaks to his experience and expertise. And obviously the great coaching work of Coach Trix as well, who does not get celebrated and acknowledged enough on these broadcasts. Coach Trix has done some incredible work with this roster since they started in 2022. And they have succeeded in ways nobody really could have anticipated under his leadership. The Huskies will be preparing for the control map variant in just a few moments. And for that map, we will be going to, checking my notes here, hotel again for control. And control is a bit of a doozy. So for those of you that aren't familiar with it, we'll do a quick little intro on that as soon as we jump back into the next map. We're going to get started in just a few minutes as soon as the players wrap up their lobby setup. Don't go anywhere. Be right back with some more Call of Duty in just a moment. We're back on Hotel for map number 3 now here. Keanu Huskies versus Eastern Michigan University. My name is Shadi Zeddy Hanna, head coach of the Keanu Esports program, and I have the absolute pleasure of casting our Call of Duty team again tonight. You know, I always love watching our teams play, and getting to broadcast them is, every now and again, is a privilege. Being able to see how they play and get really in-depth and invested in how they perform. And the Huskies will be starting off on attack here on Hotel, and that looked a little laggy to me, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen Brody with some pretty fast hands before. But we're not gonna start throwing out excuses yet. The round just started. And the Huskies will be making their way onto this B site, trying to clear that out as quickly as possible. And an absolute bloodbath on B. There's no really other way to describe that, as everybody just dropped in a matter of seconds, and the Huskies will be quick rotating over to A, but their opponents are aware of this. They're going to get punished for that rotation. Skates will get taken down. Now, quick little rules recap for those of you new to Control. It's like a combination of hard points and... you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That's a little bit of a confusing setup. Let's try that again. Basically, you have 2 zones on the map. The attacking team needs to completely capture both of those zones. The capture completion rate indicated by the little ticks located on the outer rim of the circle. As you capture the points, you increase the amount of time that you have. So you have a limited amount of time to capture both sites. But in addition to time, you also have a total life pool. This means control is a respawn mode. So as you die, your character will respawn and allow you to continue fighting and dueling and live another day, but only up to a certain total amount. So each team is granted 30 total respawns. So if you run out of time or you run out of respawns, you lose, regardless of the state of the map completion. So teams not only need to think about how they're going to contest the maps, but how quickly they're going to contest the maps. They need to be cautious of their lives, but also the amount of time they have available to them to complete the objective. And the Huskies, as I'm saying this, I didn't even get through the rules and they already won. I mean, this is just a different kind of game for the Huskies. They're just playing at a different level right now. I don't need to know the rules. I'm just going to kill everybody. It's Keanu right now. Now, Control is a best of 5 game mode in the middle of a best of 5 map set. So that means teams have to win 3 rounds of Control, alternating sides between attacking and defending, in addition to winning a full 3 maps on the match. So we're already up 2 maps for those of you just tuning in. It is a 2-0 series lead currently for the Huskies. And if they're able to clutch out these next 2 rounds of Control as well, that means they'll not just take the map, but the entire match as well. So EMU does not have a lot of breathing room right now. Not only do they have to play very cautiously and intelligently on this Control map, but they need to play with the intensity of keeping themselves in this match. And that's a lot of pressure on a team to perform, especially in the game mode as challenging and as diverse, strategically diverse as Control. Definitely a tough situation to be in, and so far they're doing a decent job for themselves as they are going to be able to completely capture this A side, but the Huskies seem comfortable doing that. They're okay letting them do that. And I've talked about this on previous casts before. In Control, because you have a limited life pool, sometimes it's actually more advantageous to concede one of your control points and use the rest of your lives to fight on the remaining point. Now, this is a bit of a risk because you are giving your opponents more time and less of a task to complete, but you do ensure that you will have more lives at your disposal when you are defending that last and final point. We have seen the Huskies employ this strategy a number of times over the course of their seasons, I should say seasons, including last year. And so far, it seems to be working out pretty well as they have been able to fend off Eastern Michigan's aggression and retain control of the life pool. EMU was running away with things a little bit at the beginning, but they have been able to gain some control back. And actually, it's going to be Brody coming up huge with the 3K. It's going to completely wipe out EMU, and that's going to bring the Huskies a slight little lead here. He's going to overheat a bit, but I mean, hey, when you're feeling yourself, you gotta play like you're feeling yourself. Play off that heat, play off that momentum. And a nice little reposition from Exelios. And I don't know if Brody knows about this flank behind him. Yeah, Brody is going to get taken down. He was not aware. There's going to be Exelios finding both Exelios coming up massive on the round. Huskies lead 16-13. 30 seconds left for EMU. That's not a lot of time, and that's going to be Benito finding the knife kill onto Brody. That's kind of funny. Hey, man, respect. Some nice shots there from Shoku as he is going to find Sim, but he's going to get taken out from the window. And EMU, 16 seconds left. Only 10 lives remaining now. The time will freeze as they touch the point, but that means that they're going to have to retain some pressure on this point, and the Huskies have them locked down right now. Great Witness comes up massive, and that is going to be the game, as there's absolutely no way Benito can touch under all of this pressure. He's going to run straight into Exelios, and Keanu will take the defensive half as well. Keanu comes up big in the Control. One side remaining. And winning on defense in that manner, I mean, you know, we were talking about surrendering one of those points and playing to your strengths on the second one, and that's exactly what they did. They conceded A, said, take it. We don't care. We don't care about it. We didn't like A anyways. And didn't even give up a tick on B. Now back on offense for the Huskies. We're going to see how they want to approach this, as they are going to funnel 3 members straight through mid here. Make their way to this A side. They know that teams like to prefer that B defense. And I think they're just going to try to get as much pressure on the site as possible here. Nice shots from Brody. Benito will find the frag onto him. Great Witness will hold it down. Still touching the point, and that should be the first tick going the way of the Huskies in just a second here. Some nice movement from Brody as he's able to, or from Great Witness rather, as Brody helps him out with the cleanup on the back end. The Huskies will have control of Zone A here in just a second. EMU is kind of just throwing their lives away right now. They're playing a little bit panicked. You know, this would have been a great situation for them to try to employ the same strategy that the Huskies did and concede that B side or that A side rather, and play for your life tool, play for your life total. The Huskies now will have the momentum rotating over to this B side. They do have the life advantage. They do have the positional advantage as well. Nade comes out from Gates and very nearly takes down Great Witness, but Great Witness will find the kill onto him. Finds Sim as well. Jed, what are you doing? You are going crazy, man. Zelios will get taken down by Anxious as Brody in a 1v2 needs to get himself out of there. He's going to be able to tuck and roll under the bullets. Oh my god, he just matrixed his way through that gunfire. And Keanu, do they just win off that? What? Okay. Keanu wins. That's going to be the game for Keanu Huskies. The game, the map, and the match. I mean, hey. That's what happens when you get momentum advantage in a game like Call of Duty. You take a couple rounds, you take a couple positions that your opponents just aren't anticipating, and the game's just over like that. You know, when you're playing at the level that these players are playing at, you know, one slight mistake doesn't just mean the difference between a kill and a death. It means the difference between losing the entire match. And the Huskies will walk away from their control map satisfied with their performance, incredibly satisfied, I should say, after a truly dominant showing over Eastern Michigan University. Great match from them to continue their run through the NACE Starleague, now pushing forward to a 2-1 match record so far. Excellently well played from all 4 members of the Huskies, and it was great to see, you know, some of those AR players really step it up in the kill record. Start padding their own stats, their career stats. Showing some career high performances as well. We're looking forward to seeing some more Call of Duty this weekend during the Sunday CXP tournament. So if you're interested in watching some more, they will be back for another 4v4 in the CXP Collegiate Series. And then, of course, again, next Wednesday, back in the NACE Starleague again to continue their regular season. It's been an absolute pleasure to cast tonight's games for you all. My name, of course, is Shadi Hanna. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. And if you are interested in watching some more Keanu Esports, we are currently on our B stream with Valorant. You feel free to head on over to Keanu Esports 2 to catch the rest of the Keanu Huskies taking on Oklahoma Christian University Eagles there. Thank you all for tuning into the stream tonight, and have a good night.